Welcome everyone to our comprehensive introduction to drama. Over the next 3 hours, we're going to embark on an existing journey into one of humanity's oldest and the most powerful art forms, the world of theater and dramatic performance. Let me walk you through what we'll be covering today. Our course is structured around 15 major sections that will take you from the absolute foundations of drama through to practical application and your own journey into theoretical work. We'll begin with what is drama, an introduction establishing the fundamental concepts and understanding what drama actually is and why it matters. When we finish this, we will explore the origins and historical development of drama, tracing theater's evolution from ancient rituals and contemporary performance. In this, we examine the elements of drama, the building blocks that every dramatic work uses to create theoretical experience. Will investigate forms and genres of dramas, understanding how different types of plays create different effects. We'll explore the collaborative nature of theater, showing how theater differs from solitary art forms by requiring teamwork. We'll study dramatic techniques and conventions, the specific methods that theater artists use to tell stories on stage. We will follow the journey of making drama from script to stage, understanding how written words become living performance with well-developed skills in responding to drama through critical views and critical viewing and analysis. We will examine drama and society, understanding theater as a culture and social significance. Will explore drama in education and its profound benefits for students of all ages. We'll conduct a detailed case study analyzing a classic play. We will engage in two practical activities and improvisation exercise and the scripted scene work, giving you hands-on experience. We'll examine technology and the drama, understanding how modern tools are changing theater. Finally, we'll conclude with your journey into drama begins now, sending you forward as informed, enthusiastic participants in theoretical culture. This comprehensive structure moves from theory to history to practice, from understanding um, to creating, from analyzing to performing. By the end, you'll have both deep knowledge and a practical experience with drama. Then let's move to learning objectives. Let me clear you and be clear about what you will be achieving through this course. These learning objectives define your goals. So understand the origins and development of drama as an form, tracing its evolution from ancient rituals to contemporary performance. Identify key elements and terminology of drama and the theater, building a comprehensive vocabulary for discussing theoretical work, explore the collaborative nature of theoretical production, and understand how creative teams work together, develop skills in analyzing dramatic literature and live performance with critical insight and contextual awareness. Then let's move to learning objectives. To learning outcomes, define and explain fundamental drama concepts such as role, character, plot, and the spectacle with clarity and precision. Demonstrate knowledge of theoretical roles, playwright, actor, director, designer, and technician, understanding their collaborative relationships. Analyze dramatic texts and the live performances critically and contextually, considering artistic choices and the cultural significance, apply basic dramatic techniques in improvisation and scripted performance, developing confidence and stage presence. Reflect on drama's impact on society and individual expression, understanding theater's transformative power. Communicate insights about drama effectively in oral and written forms, articulating responses with sophistication. Then let's move to the introduction of drama. What is drama and introduction? Uh, Drama is one of the most ancient and universal forms of human expression, a powerful medium through which we tell stories, explore emotions, and examine the complexities of human existence. And it's called drama, storytelling brought to life through performance, actors embodying characters, engaging in conflicts, and revealing truths about the human condition before a live audience. This liveness is crucial. Theater happens in real time and shaped space between living performance and the living audience members, unlike film or television, which are recorded and reproduced or reproducible. Each theatrical performance is unique and repeatable. This creates social intimacy and immediacy that no other art form quite replicates. Then, while the terms are often used interchangeably, there is an important distinction between drama and the theater. Drama refers to the written text, the script or play itself, the words penned by the playwright. Theater, on the other hand, encompasses the entire live performance experience, the actors, the staging, the design elements, and the audience interaction. Theater is drama brought to life through collaborative artistic interpretation. Drama is life with the dull bits cut off or cut out. Drama serves as both a mirror and lamp, reflecting society back to itself while also eliminating possibilities for change and growth. Through dramatic representation, we witness universal human experience, love, loss, ambition, betrayal, triumph, and tragedy. Drama allows us to explore different perspectives, walk in others' shoes, and develop deeper empathy for a diverse experience of humanity. Drama makes abstract concepts concrete and personal, turning statistics into individuals we care about, making distant experiences immediate and visceral. The transformation from abstraction to embodied reality in theater's unique power. The evolution of drama spans millennia, from ancient religious rituals and ceremonial performances to the sophisticated theatrical productions of today. What began as sacred rites honoring gods, astaghfirullah, and making seasonal changes has transformed into a multifaceted art form that encompasses everything from classical tragedy to experimental performance art. Throughout this journey, drama has maintained its essential purpose to bring people together, to share stories that matter, to question, to celebrate, and to understand what it means to be human. Despite all changes from outdoor um, amphitheaters to brew cinema stages to black boxes from verse drama to naturalistic prose to postmodern fragmentation from live only performance to filmed podcasts. Theater's core remains the same, people sharing stories with other people in shared space and time. Then let's go to the origins and the historical development in ancient Greek theater. Ancient Greek theater, 5th century BCE, the birthplace of Western drama, where tragedy and comedy emerged as distinct forms. Playwrights like Sophocles and Aristophanes created works exploring fate, justice, and human nature in outdoor amphitheaters. Medieval drama, 5th century to 15th century. Religious mystery plays, morality plays, and the miracle plays dominated, were formed in churches and town squares. Drama served as a teaching tool for uh, biblical stories and moral lessons. In the era when most people couldn't read, the church used the theater to educate illiterate congregations about scripture and doctrine. These plays made abstract theology a concrete and memorable theory story or through story, spectacle, and emotion. Then let's move to modern theater, 19th to 21st century. Realistic drama, experimental theater, and diverse global voices emerged. Playwrights like Ibsen, Chekhov, Pritchett, and the contemporary artists continue pushing boundaries. Roman drama, the 3rd century BCE to the 5th century CE. Roman adopted Greek forms emphasizing spectacle and in entertainment. Whereas Plautus and Terence developed comedy, while theatrical productions became increasingly elaborate. Then let's go to Renaissance and Elizabethan era, 15th to 17th century, the golden age of English drama featuring William Shakespeare, Christopher Marlowe, and Ben Jonson. Theater became a sophisticated art form exploring complex characters and universal themes. Each historical period reflects its unique social, political, and cultural contexts. Ancient Greek tragedy explored the relationship between humans and gods, astaghfirullah, while Elizabethan drama examined Renaissance humanism. Medieval plays reinforced religious doctrine, and modern theater often challenges social norms and provokes critical thinking. Understanding this evolution helps us appreciate how drama has always served as vital culture force, adapting to serve the needs and questions of each generation while maintaining its essential power to move, inspire, and transform audiences. Theater doesn't exist in a vacuum. It emerges from and speaks to specific historical moments, reflecting and challenging the societies that produce it. This makes studying theater history essential for understanding both and the past societies and how our own contemporary theater relates to our moment. Then let's go to the elements of drama. Every dramatic work is constructed from fundamental building blocks that work together to create a cohesive theatrical experience. Understanding these elements allows us to analyze, appreciate, and create drama with greater sophistication. These components are the tools playwrights and the theater artists use to craft compelling narratives and emotionally resonant performances. Just as a painter uses color, line, shape, and combination, or a musician uses melody, harmony, rhythm, and timbre, theater artists use these dramatic elements to create their art. Understanding these elements serves multiple purposes for audiences. It provides vocabulary and the frameworks for discussing and analyzing theater for students. It builds foundation for creating and interpreting dramatic work for theater artists. It offers conceptual tools for making artists or artistic choices. Let me walk you through each element systematically. Role and character. Characters are the heart of drama, the individuals whose journeys we follow, whose conflicts we witness, and whose transformation we experience. Actors inhabit these roles, bringing psychological depth, physicality, and emotional truth to fictional identities. The actor's job is transformation become meaning someone else living that person's life truthfully under imaginary circumstances. This transformation requires understanding the character's objectives, what they want, comprehending their obstacles, what prevents them from getting it, discovering their tactics, how they try to overcome obstacles, creating their inner life, thoughts, feelings, memories, desires, developing their physicality, how they move, gesture, hold themselves, crafting their vocal life, how they speak, their accent, rhythm, tone. Characters must be multi-dimensional to be compelling. Simple characters purely good or purely evil, with single defining traits doesn't or don't interest us for long. Complex characters with contradictions, flaws, unexpected depths, capacity for change hold our attention and touch our hearts. Character development often form the emotional core of drama. We invest in characters' journeys, hoping they succeeded or fearing they'll fail, celebrating their growth or mourning their destruction. Plot and structure, the sequence of events that form the narrative arc. Exposition introduces the world and the characters rising action, building tension through conflict. Climax represents the turning point, and the resolution provides closure. This structure guides the audience's emotional journey. Theme and ideas. The underlying messages, questions, and concepts the play explores love, power, justice, identity, morality. Themes give drama intellectual depth and universal resonance, inviting audiences to reflect on life's big questions. Good plays don't preach simple answers. They explore complexity, raise questions, challenge assumptions, invite reflection. Language and diction. The words characters speak, dialogue, monologue, and soliloquy reveal personality, relationships, and inner thoughts. Language choices reflect social status, historical period, and emotional states, creating a texture and authenticity. Realistic plays try to capture how people actually talk. Poetic plays elevate language to beauty and power. The language you choose shapes the world you create. Rhythm and moods. The pacing, tempo, and the emotional atmosphere of the performance. Rhythm controls how quickly or slowly scenes unfold, while mood establishes the emotional tune, whether comedic, suspenseful, melodic, or celebratory. Dark or light. Mood is established through multiple elements working together. Lighting, bright versus dim, music and the sound, cheerful versus ominous, set design, warm versus cold, costume, colors, acting style, and language tone. Understanding the mood helps you appreciate how theater creates emotional environments that shape your response before a word is spoken. Symbol and spectacle. Symbols carry deeper meanings beyond the literal representation, while a spectacle encompasses the visual grandeur, costumes, sets, lighting, and special effects that create wonder and enhance storytelling through sensory impact. Aristotle listed spectacle as the least important element of tragedy, suggesting that drama should work through story and character rather than just visual impressiveness. However, spectacle can powerfully enhance storytelling when used meaningful rather than for mere show. Consider the Lion King musical, the spectacular uh, poetry and the costumes create essential African landscape and animals that a realistic approach couldn't achieve. Or Peter Brock's Amid Summer Night's Dream, where trapeze and circus um elements created the magical forest spectacle service story rather than overwhelming it. Then let's move to forms and genres of drama. Drama encompasses a rich variety of genres, each with distinct characteristics, conventions, and emotional effects. Understanding these genres helps us recognize how playwrights shape audiences' expectations and create specific artistic experiences. Genre provides a framework for both creating and interpreting dramatic works. When you know you're watching a comedy, you interpret events differently than if you are watching a tragedy. If a character slips on a banana peel in a comedy, it's funny. In a tragedy, it might be pathetic or even profound if it symbolizes their fall from grace. Genre isn't a rigid prescription. Many great players blend the genres or resist simple categorization, but understanding generic conventions helps you recognize when playwrights are working within, against, or beyond traditional categories. Now let's move to tragedy. Features noble protagonists facing inevitable downfall due to fatal flaws or circumstances beyond their control. Evoke catharsis through pity and fear. Obedius Rex by Sophocles, Hamlet by Shakespeare, Death of a Salesman by Arthur Miller. Tragedy insisted that suffering has meaning, that facing difficult truths matters even when painful, that human dignity persists even in downfall. This is why tragedy, despite its darkness, can feel redemptive and even hopeful. Now let's move to comedy. Uses humor, wit, and often happy endings to entertain while strizing human folly and social conventions. Celebrates life's absurdities and resilience. The importance of being earnest by Oscar Wilde. A Midsummer's Night Dream by Shakespeare. The Old Couple by Neil Simon or Simon. Comedy offers different kinds of truth than tragedy, where tragedy explores suffering's depths, comedy explores adaptation's necessity, where tragedy asks how do we face death and loss. Comedy asks how do we survive and find joy despite absurdity. Both are essential human questions. Now let's move to melodrama. Features exaggerated emotions, clear moral distinctions, and sensational plots designed to evoke strong emotions responses through uh, heightened theatrical style. Victorian melodramas, many popular films and TV shows, Gothic dramas. The appeal is a visceral emotion experience without ambiguity or complexity. Sometimes we want clear heroes and villains, an uncomplicated emotional release. Now let's go to farce, an extreme form of comedy featuring improbable situations, physical humor, mistaken identities, and rapid-fire action designed purely for lighter and entertainment. Um, Farce abundance physical uh, realism for theatrical artifice, Characters hide in closets to wear ridiculous disguises, chase each other around stage, say exactly the wrong thing at the wrong moment. Coincidences multiple or multiply absurdly, pace accelerates until chaos seems inevitable. Yet beneath apparent chaos, uh, farce requires precise timing, physical skill, and technical mastery. Actors must execute complicated physical business with split-second timing, a moment too clearly or late, and the comedy fails. Examples include French bedroom faces by Fido, British farces like Noises Off, or Marx Brothers films. The appeal is pure escapism, 90 minutes of laughter with no pretense of serious meaning, just skillful, entertaining, creating joy through perfectly executed comic mayhem. Then tragic comedy tragic comedy, yes, blends tragic and the comic elements, reflecting life's complexity, character face serious challenges, but narratives include humor, ambiguity, and mixed outcomes. Rather than pure tragedy or comedy, life doesn't fit neatly into tragic or comic categories. Serious situations include absurd moments, funny situations reveal truths. We laugh and cry sometimes within minutes. Tragic comedy captures this complexity. Contemporary playwrights like Samuel Beckett, Harold Pinter, or Annie Baker often work in tragicomic moods, creating plays that resist simple categorization, reflecting modern life's ambiguities. Now let's go to genre shapes interpretation. Genre shapes how audiences interpret events and emotional responses. In tragedy, a character death carries profound weight and meaning. In comedy, misfortune becomes a source of laughter. Modern playwrights often blur genre boundaries, creating hybrid forms that reflect this contemporary life's complexity and resist simple categorization. While life itself feels tragically comic or comically tragic, traditional Jones seem inadequate. Tony Kushner's Angels in America combines political drama, domestic realism, fantasy, comedy, and tragedy. Is it tragedy? Several characters die of AIDS. Is it comedy? There are hilarious scenes. Is it fantasy? Angels appear on stage. It's all these things resisting categorization because the AIDS crisis it depicts was complex and not reducible to single genre. This genetic fluidity challenges um, audiences to hold multiple perspectives simultaneously to resist early emotional responses to engage with complexity rather than seeking a simple um, um, catharsis. This reflects our contemporary moments, ambiguity, and multiplicity. Now let's move to the collaborative nature of theater introduction. Unlike solitary art forms such as painting or novel writing, theater is fundamentally Collaborative, a successful production requires the coordinated efforts of numerous artists and technicians, each bringing specialized expertise to create a unified theoretical experience. This collaboration transforms the playwright's written word into living, breathing performance. The script is blueprint, but building requires collective effort. Let me explain the roles and how they work together. Now let's go to the playwright. The playwright creates a script, dialogue, stage directions, and the dramatic structure. The playwright's vision forms a foundation for all subsequent artistic interpretation. The director interprets the script and coordinates all creative elements. The director is the production's unifying intelligence, a person whose vision shapes every choice. Uh, actors Actors embody characters through voice, movement, and emotional expression. They transform words on a page into believable, compelling human being. Uh, then let's move to theoretical rule, designers, technicians, and the audience. Let's start with designers. Uh, Designers create the visual and the auditory world of the production. This is about designers. Now let's move to technicians. Technicians execute the technical aspects, constructing sets, operating lights and sound, managing props, running backstage operations, ensuring smooth transitions during performance. Now let's go to the audience. The audience completes the theoretical even through active presence and response. Theater only fully exists when performers and the spectators share the same space and time. Uh, the rehearsal process typically unfolds in stages. Table reads for understanding the script, blocking rehearsal for staging movement, working rehearsal for um refining performances, technical rehearsals for integrating design elements, and dress rehearsals for final preparation. Throughout this process, collaboration requires clear communication, mutual respect, artistic compromise, and shared commitment to the production's vision. When collaboration succeeds, the result transcends individual contributions, creating theoretical magic that none would achieve alone. This is theater's unique power, collective artistry, creating something greater than any individual could produce. Then let's move to dramatic techniques and conventions. Theater employs a rich array of techniques and conventions that allow artists to tell stories in ways unique to the medium. These methods have evolved over centuries, some becoming traditional practice, while others represent innovative approaches that challenge audience expectations and expand dramatic possibilities. Conventions are agreed upon practices and duties accept. In realistic theater, we accept that three walls of a room exists or exist even though we only see one. The fourth wall is invisible, open to audience. In Shakespeare, we accept that characters speaking in verse are having normal conventions. In musical theater. We accept that people burst into song to express feelings. Understanding conventions helps you appreciate what theater can do that other media cannot, and how theater artists manipulate conventions to create specific effects. Now let's move to improvisation and devise the theater. Creating performance spontaneously without a predetermined script or collaboratively developing original work through in simple experimentation improvisation builds listening skills spontaneity and in simple connections while the device the theater democratizes the creative process. Everyone, I mean everyone, contributes rather than just interpreting a playwright's vision. It allows exploration of topics or forms that do not have existing scripts. It can incorporate non-actors' expertise, scientists, activists, community members into theoretical creation. Companies like Complicite the SITI company and the Big Iron Theater company create sophisticated devised work combining physical theater, text, music, and visual elements into innovative performances. A devised theater showed that theater can emerge from many sources, not just traditional playwriting. This expands what counts as legitimate theoretical creation. Now let's go to the use of space, time, and the movement. Theater manipulates spatial relationships, proxemics between actors, stage geography, audience positioning, and the temporal flow flashbacks. Time compression, stimulus scenes, movement patterns from naturalistic blocking to stylized choreography communicate meaning beyond words. Telling stories primarily through movements. Companies like Momix creates performances where bodies become images. When movement is the primary language, movement patterns can be realistic or abstract, subtle or bold, individually expressive or in symbol. Synchronized how people move reveals the character status, emotion, and relationship. Now let's move to symbolism and dramatic irony. Objects, actions, or design elements carrying deeper meaning beyond literal representation, while dramatic irony occurs when audiences know information characters do not, creating tension and engagement through superior knowledge of unfolding events. Breaking the fourth wall, actors directly addresses the audience, knowing or acknowledging the theoretical illusion and creating intimate connection or alienation effects. This technique can be used for comedy, commentary, or changing audience passivity. Other theoretical devices. Soliloquy, character speaking throughout aloud alone on stage, unlike dialogue, which is conversation, soliloquy is thinking aloud. Shakespeare's soliloquy is harmless to be or not to be. Uh, Macbeth or Macbeth's tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow reveal inner turmoil directly. Aside, brief commitment to the audience while other characters supposedly cannot hear. Aside, share private thoughts, offer commentary, or create irony. A character might say something flattering to another character, then turn it to audience and say what they really think. This creates humor or reveals deception. Chorus, a group providing commentary on action, often speaking in unison. Greek tragedy used the choruses representing community perspective. The chorus observes, questions, warns, reflects on what they've witnessed. Minimal staging, emphasizing actors over design, using a pair stage or simple elements. This focuses attention on performance and language rather than a spectacle. Peter Brook famously called for empty space, where theatrical essence emerges from actors and audiences, not technology or scenery. Uh, Multimedia integration, incorporating video projection technology. Contemporary theater increasingly uses screens, cameras, digital effects to expand storytelling possibilities. This ranges from simple projections providing setting to complex multimedia performances, blending live action with recorded media. Then let's move to making drama From script to stage. Introduction. The journey from written text to live performance involves numerous deliberate artistic choices and technical considerations. Understanding this process illuminates how theater artists transform words on a page into a complete sensory experience that engage audiences emotionally and intellectually. This isn't a mysterious magic. It's skilled artistry involved analysis, creativity, technical expertise, and the countless hours of work. Let me demystify this process by explaining each stage. Now let's move to script analysis. Directors and actors begin by deeply examining the play, identifying given circumstances, um, character relationships, dramatic structure, thematic content, and the playwright's intentions. This analysis provide the foundation for all the interpretive choices. You cannot make intelligent choices until you understand deeply what you're working with. Some directors and actors do this analysis individually, others do it collectively through table discussions. Script analysis continues throughout rehearsals as deeper understanding emerges through practical exploration. You discover things doing the play that you couldn't see just reading it. Character development. Actors explore their characters' objectives, obstacles, tactics, and inner life. They research historical context, create backstories, analyze relationships, and make physical and vocal choices that bring characters to three-dimensional life. Also, actors research historical context to understand the world characters inhabit, create backstories filling in life before the play begins, analyze relationships to understand dynamics with other characters, make physical choices about how characters move, gesture, hold themselves, make vocal choices about accent, rhythm, pitch, volume, articulation. All this work aims to bring characters to three-dimensional life, making them believable, specific, and compelling. So we will stop here and we'll continue inshallah next time, starting from blocking and movement. Thank you so much for watching me teaching you one of the most important subjects in this year. We are talking about the introduction to trauma. Until next time, that's all for now.